Intelligence has many faces. It rarely has much to do with a person's level of education. On the contrary, especially people who have had to acquire their knowledge themselves throughout their lives remain inquisitive and at some point become keen observers of their everyday lives. As is well known, life is the most important teacher for us. But other people also exercise this function, whether they want to or not. Every person we meet leaves us wiser in some way. Sometimes it is the damage they do that we become wise from. Sometimes it is their self-determined lives that inspire us. The smart are those who make mistakes, but the same ones only ever happen once. The stupid ones, on the other hand, expect constantly another result under the eternally same catastrophic omens as ever. Everybody is smart in his or her own way. In today's video, we would like to present you 8 rather strange signs that you may also count yourself among the intelligent people. If you like our videos, feel free to support us with a thumbs up, subscribe to Psychology in Mind, activate the little bell, and get excited about the videos we upload for you every day. Number 1. Talking to yourself is what you like best. Good conversation is undoubtedly guaranteed whenever we talk to ourselves. After all, we finally found someone to talk to who agrees with us. No, seriously, conducting inner dialogues, which are sometimes also carried outwardly, is evidence of high intelligence. Such people constantly reflect and challenge themselves. It is not enough for them to build simple castles in the air into nothing. They formulate their considerations clearly and precisely, and weigh everything carefully against each other. If no second opinion is available, we form it ourselves. The spoken word has a similar effect on our brain as the written word. It is then real, and can no longer be taken back. By means of self-talk, we practically take ourselves and our thoughts to task. Only intelligent people have such an internal quality management. The less intelligent ones do not even think about the need for action. Number 2. Your thoughts are constantly busy. According to studies, stupid people are the happier people. Why? They think less. Their lives are protected by blinders that confidently keep them from looking left or right. They are content with what they have and don't think further than their own front door. It's a completely different story for the smart ones. Your head never seems to settle down. There are constantly some questions, problems, or ideas happening in their brain twists. They spin future scenarios just as they analyze conversations and situations in retrospect. Such great minds hardly ever come to rest. Even before falling asleep and in dreams, their minds deliver great cinema. Number 3. A pet is your best friend. Pet owners not only live longer, happier, and healthier lives, they may also count themselves among the more intelligent people, according to studies. Of course, there are many advantages to having a 4-legged friend by your side. Numerous factors come into play here that human closeness is never able to give us. Those who are clever count on the unconditional love and loyalty of dog and cat, or at least a few colorful fish in their dreary everyday life. Besides, the strong character of these animals promotes our social competence. It does us quite good to recognize where our weaknesses lie as the pack leader of a clever dog or employee of our own cat. Number 4. You turn night into day. Those with above average intelligence often live as night owls. In any case, many people who turn night into day can look forward to a higher IQ. A lot of things go on in the brain during the night hours that perhaps could not find time or consideration during the day. Creatives and tinkerers in particular use the hours after sunset to devote themselves to their ideas and flashes of inspiration in peace and quiet. Number 5. Putting yourself in people's shoes comes easily to you. Empathy and intelligence go hand in hand. It takes a little savvy to realize that everyone has their baggage to carry. Most are the way they are for a reason. People who don't think too much about themselves and the world are more prone to prejudice and to pigeonhole their fellow human beings. Once a hasty opinion is formed, there is no turning back. the averagely gifted would rarely admit a mistake, while the smart ones know only one thing for sure, and that is that they know nothing. Number 6, you are not guided by feelings. Having more brains than the average person also has advantages over being emotional. Mainly, the one that you have your emotions well under control. This sounds controlled and joyless, but in the end, it is just a practical mechanism that allows us to survive everyday life as social beings. Where would we end up if we burst into tears in every meeting that wasn't dripping with praise, or couldn't hold a reasonable adult conversation without throwing a tantrum? Intelligent people have their emotional lives under control. They know when bitter disappointment and raging anger, deep sorrow, and exuberant joy must take a break. Life does not always conform to our mood. We have to adjust it according to circumstances. Number 7, your intuitive memory is working properly. In addition to our memory in the brain, there is another one that works much more widely. We know it as intuitive memory, also called body memory. We experience its reliable mode, for example, on vacation, where 1 or more years later, we can still find the way to the hidden bistro or the coastal drive to the beach, which is difficult to access without thinking. We simply follow our body memory and go by our nose, so to speak. An inner compass then guides us, drawing on information that is not accessible to our mind at that moment. So intelligence is not just head, it's also body. Number 8, chaos rules your life. At this point, minds and studies differ a bit. There are studies according to which genius actually needs chaos in order to flourish. Great inventors are therefore not sketched for nothing as chaotic people incapable of living, who breathe life into their strokes of genius in a single mountain of disorder. But the exact opposite, order and sterile laboratory conditions, can also be signs of intelligence. Both extremes have their justifications as long as they work for the people who have to live with them. Whoever rises to mental top form under chaotic conditions will logically not exchange this winning strategy for a spotless environment. And who already feels disturbed by a harmless primrose on the windowsill while thinking will not think about redecorating. Today's conclusion: be wiser and think. Thinking helps in all situations. If you are not sure, rather say nothing and wait. Silence is sometimes golden, but sometimes it's the wrong way to go. For example, when injustice happens or someone wants to degrade you to a very personal whipping boy. Trust your gut. It works closely with your other senses, including your smart brain. Both gut and brain have more in common than you might think. Intelligence is not a matter of education, background, gender, or religious or ethnic affiliation. The mix of life experience and tact is often all we need to be the smarter ones. That's it for today.
Thanks for watching. Did you find this information helpful? Do you have experience with it? We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. For more resources about mental health, self-improvement, and psychology, visit our website. You'll find the link in the video description where you can also connect with us on social media and sign up for our email list. Take care of yourself and have a beautiful day.